Yo, 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 Big Kids back up in here. We about to catch up on some fantastic hip hop, man. They got some information about Drake's label just dropped Meet the Grams on him and his legal situation that we about to react to. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when it comes to Drake, Lres and Gentlograms, as Drake has just
Larbreeze and Gentlograms. Y'all know where he get that from, man. Shout out to Rapaholics, man. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop for keeping it hip hop. Them two is, I like those two. Let's get it.
created even more drama with his lawsuit over Not Like Us and thought that this was going to be the moment where he just shocked the hip-hop world with 107 pages of the most ridiculous stuff that you have ever heard. In this time where Drake thought becoming rap's not just first Karen, but Super Karen was going to finally put him ahead in this situation that he has put himself in, his label UMG has stopped all of this and is...
But then I did hear something like, they extended the pages. So I think the pages was like 98 pages. Now it's like 100 and something.
Come right out. And as Drake is pushing hip-hop, them, the music industry, Kendrick Lamar, and a lot else to a place where everyone is getting annoyed and dragged down with these ridiculous claims. Well, Drake's label just gave up on ever fixing this situation and are now just trying to end the guy's career altogether because they just released a statement that ultimately is showing that Drake's career is going to be over when this is all said and done. Because with them telling Drake that he should have been...
Universal warns Drake, be careful what you wish for as rapper updates complaint to target Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl show. So the new update is Drake is trying to target the Super Bowl halftime show with new complaints. Wow. You can't get no lower than this. You can't get no lower. He's really trying to stand up for something that he had. He has no foot. He has no dog in this fight. Drake has no dog in his fight, in this fight right here, y'all. You know why? Because he participated in the battle himself and he lost and he's mad. Let's get it.
Careful for what he wished for here? I mean, we have never seen a label talk like this, and this shows how they are not just ready to expose Drake's truth themselves, but that maybe Kendrick was right about saying the rabbit hole was so deep because there is so much that he has been trying to hide from us that is all gonna come out. And now, before we go any further into all of this, which stick around because there is a lot, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And now, as this entire thing that Drake is doing is really just bigger than a rap beef and even his career, as this is something that is going to affect the future of rap music and expression in art no matter what, really be sure to leave that like so everyone can see just how pathetic this guy is, but how the end is starting to come. And so
it's got to get out in the algorithm. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe. We got to get this Drake downfall into the algorithm, so everybody could know, because you still got some people out there who just don't believe it. They think he gonna come back. All he do is gotta make a little love song and he's gonna be back. We gotta like this video so it can get pushed out there to them so they can realize that Drake's downfall needs to be studied. He won't be doing no coming back. So let's get it, y'all.
Now, with that said, when it comes to Drake, I mean, the guy has officially messed around and is finding out why not to beef with the record label that has built your entire career. Because after all he has been doing is releasing petty claims, twisting narratives, and using fan pages in these papers to defend what he has to say, now as Drake is trying to move this thing forward and access things such as Kendrick Lamar's record contract to prove whatever he is trying to do. UMG has clapped back at Drake and let him know that despite thinking that he is winning this thing and that he is going to get all of the info he needs to take down the industry and get back at Kendrick, well, for Drake and what they let him know is that now all of the details and information that have been behind the scenes are going to get exposed as well, and with the label literally telling him to be careful what he wishes for, the discovery.
Universal Music Group has issued a warning to Drake following the rapper's decision to amend his defamation lawsuit with new claims targeting Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show performance. Be careful what you wish for. We already read that. 2 weeks ago, his representatives celebrated a win, the granting of a routine discovery motion. That win will become a loss if this frivolous and reckless lawsuit is not dropped in its entirety, because Drake will personally be subjected to discovery as well. Universal Music Group caution.
discovery
Yeah.
process goes both ways. I mean, if I was Drake and I knew the games that I have been playing for so long, I would be spiraling right now, and I am sure that's exactly what he is doing.
Like I said, man, I keep my tinfoil hat on. You know what I'm saying? Look, being as though that we know the evils that UMG are, these are some big wigs. They done got rid of some people. They might just allow Drake to win. They might go back and forth with him in the court. They got to stoop down to his level to make it seem like they're equal with him, right? Even though they wrote his checks, they inadvertently paid for his lawyers. They the ones who made him rich. They made Drake rich. So now Drake thinking that he's on a level ground with UMG and he's getting so big-headed. What UMG is going to do is they're going to act like they're down with his level. Okay, yeah, oh, he won. Yeah, he won some money out of us. Okay, yeah, we ran him a check. Then after all the smoke done clear, after all the dust done settled, right? We're going to be hearing something about Drake. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, look, man. That's how it happened. Oh, snap, what happened to Drake, man? Like, look, toenail infection. What? How you pass off a toenail infection? Yeah, UMG makes stuff like that happen. I'm telling you. Man, you barking up the wrong tree, boy. Wordy, bond. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Because what I don't think Drake has thought through here is that this label has all of the dirt on him and knows everything about how he has been able to get to where he is at this point, whether it's about his music or maybe even stuff that they have had to hide to help his image. And now with the label telling Drake that all of this is going to come out, which is what they showed, and I am sure this is going to just ruin Drake like we have never seen before. I mean, this is not going to end well for the guy. And when we look at Drake and what he did to cause this, when we see how far he just pushed everything even for this case's standards, you can't blame them for what they have done and why they are just going to full on end Drake's career, because with Drake's latest pieces of paperwork, he is trying to come after everyone and ruin everything that Kendrick Lamar, the music industry, and hip-hop has now pushed to achieve. As really, what we have on our hands from this guy this time around is what happens when straight delusion is just taken to levels that we have never seen, because really, while even the biggest yes men in the past have been able to stop somebody from humiliating themselves this bad, this is just not the case here, because with what Drake has done and is now standing in more than ever, you can't even call this a Karen move anymore, because with how bad and far Drake is trying to push this all, he's really turning himself into a super Karen, because while there was some questions about what angles Drake was going to be using as he is going further and further into the most pathetic thing any rapper has ever done, well, from fake
Hey, shout out to Fantastic, man. He wrote a new script, man. He got a new foundation, man. I love it, man. I love it. I like it.
Streams to some of the weirdest personal things you could want to know about Kendrick Lamar, Drake is coming for everything here, and it's getting really weird, especially with how much he is trying to just dig into everything he possibly can about Kendrick, his record contracts, and a lot more about him. And I mean, if you thought that this thing wasn't about Kendrick Lamar, it's never been more clear that this really is about ruining his reputation more than...
Hey, as y'all can see in the previous video we just did, our cousin Monet had posted on her Twitter that, oh, Drake acting like this ain't about Kendrick Lamar, and he mentioned his name 400, or was it 475 or was it 745? 475 plus times mentioned Kendrick Lamar's name. 470 plus times. And it's not about him? Who you think you fooling? You know, Drake, listen, you know we got the same internet as you. You know that, right? Yeah, we got the same internet. I don't know, bruh, this dude think we're slow. That's why Dot said, hey, Drake, they're not slow. He really think we slow, y'all.
Than anything else, because when we go into this thing, I mean, Drake is trying to straight up manipulate everyone and everything here, and it's honestly so sad and pathetic how twisted this all is. And with this new version of a Karen moment heard around the entire music industry, when we really break this all down, what Drake has done is so troubling, because on one hand, what he has pretty much been doing and has been waiting to now just put out to everyone is this ultimate Karen statement, which is now officially taking everything that Kendrick Lamar did at the Super Bowl and Grammys.
Oh, he put a statement
just trying
out?
to say that these things were not the result and awards of winning the biggest rap beef ever, because that's really what it was, and we have all been able to understand that. And Drake is trying to make the worst and most out there claims about what all of these events did and what they always represented. And I mean, Drake's really got some ego, because with some of the stuff he is trying to say happened, and really with how elaborate he believes some of these plans and plays were by his label, I don't even know how you can try to be a respected rapper after this, because Drake is just seeing things different than they actually were. Because let's take the Super Bowl for example. What Drake and his team is trying to say happened there is that the entire purpose and driving point of the show was to intentionally completely dismantle Drake's character, and as they describe how big this show was and how massive of an event it happened to be. Which, quick side note, it at least was satisfying knowing that when it comes to these suits, even Drake has to admit that this Super Bowl indeed was the biggest ever, because we still know that he did not want to say that whatsoever. But with that said, what Drake and his team try to say here and make so dramatic is that they quote-unquote hope that this is the last Super Bowl halftime show that is used by the music industry and the NFL to purposefully end another artist's career intentionally. And I mean, from Drake trying to act like UMG sat with Kendrick and forced him to do the halftime show in a way, because just like with Not Like Us as a song, he really believes that this was all designed intentionally by the industry to take Drake down and not just a single artist in the lyrical back and forth. And with Drake also saying this same thing about the Grammys, which he then is trying to push
Drake is jealous of Kendrick Lamar because he sees the creativity that he has. Drake doesn't have that creativity skill. He's brainless. He don't think. He really don't think. I'm telling y'all, he pays everybody to do everything for him. And he don't have any ideas on his own.
The narrative that the industry made sure Kendrick Lamar got those awards undeservingly, all to ensure that Drake was once again at the center of all the jokes. And in this, Drake is listing what fan pages have said to try and theorize what's happening here, which only makes this thing seem all the more ridiculous. I mean, come on. We see the play here, and I speak for everyone when we say just let it go. Because for Drake to try and flip Not Like Us and what it meant as something much bigger than a diss track that was made by a rapper he is in a beef with, that simply ended up being better and more effective than anything he was able to do. I mean, it's just shameful that you're even trying to say this. And again, when we go back to this idea that Drake is mad at the label and wants nothing to do with Kendrick, which is what he wants to say. You can't then say that Kendrick is working with this same industry to make sure that Drake's image keeps getting taken down in this planned out way. And I mean, from here to everything else Drake adds here, it's clear that he really wanted to make this thing the most petty document he ever has. It's clear that he really wanted to make this the most petty statement he possibly could, and he is really trying to get everyone who he has problems with in trouble. Because even now, with putting Joe Budden's names and comments in this suit as well, we are seeing how Drake can be just as petty in his paperwork.
Oh, he put Joe up in there? I know he had some situation going on with Melissa Ford. I believe he mentioned her name without paying her, and they had a whole thing during the podcast and all of that. I might react to some. I might react to that. But they had some thing going on because Melissa Ford's. She is from Toronto as well. If not Toronto, she's from Canada. I don't know if it's Toronto or not, but she's from Canada as well. Her and Drake got a little something going on. I don't know what it is. I think they be talking. I really think they be talking. Not in a boyfriend-girlfriend way, but in a, hey, how are you? What's going on the Joe Budden podcast? I think they be talking.
As he can be in anything else. And really, this is why all of this just feels so condescending and disrespectful to everybody who has to waste their time with this. And when it comes to this entire case just being so confusing and misguided, I mean, from Drake and his team literally citing and using fan pages that support him to try and defend their points, which with some of the things these people who are obsessed with Drake have tried to do to help him, it's just some of the most out there stuff you will ever see. It's blatantly wrong, and you just can't put it in something like this. So even Drake just cherry picking information here to use whatever conveniently fits the narratives he is trying to push throughout this entire thing. And I mean, what I really think showcases how all of this paperwork that Drake is doubling down on in every single way is the most hypocritical thing he has ever done, is that while trying to say all of these things about how Kendrick is ruining his image and name, I mean, first off, he says in the suit himself that despite Drake even saying that the NFL helped ruin his career with the Super Bowl and the halftime show, despite how bad everything is, he still has been able to release collabs with them literally right before the Super Bowl when we look at the NFL, and even with brands like Disney and The Simpsons, Drake and OBO have still been able to work with these massive icons after the beef, which despite how Drake wants to put it, I mean, none of these things stop Drake whatsoever from doing things with big names as a brand. And on this same point, and really even worse when we look at it, is that despite what Drake is trying to keep saying here about how he has never been in a more awful place in his career and that he has no success whatsoever and that everything is terrible. I mean, while Drake has ruined his reputation and legacy as a rapper, and that's for sure, he still does have a song that has reached #2 on the Billboard and an album in SSS for You that, despite being a step down from what he used to do, I mean, the record...
I think that was fake news with the SSS song for You battling for, not SS song, but the Nokia song was battling the #1 spot with Kendrick Lamar's, what was it, Luther? I don't know. I think that was I think that was fake news. I really think that was fake news. I don't think they was battling. I think Nokia is way down there, #5, #10, somewhere. Y'all know Doc gonna do what it do. You know what I'm saying? That #1 go #1. Drake's #1 spot ain't #1 in no more, man. He's done. Finished.
Record has still done better numbers than most of what the industry can put up. And with this record and what Nokia have shown, is that the public has not turned on Drake and that they clearly don't think the exact things that this paperwork is trying to push. Because again, while Drake has lost his entire reputation as a rapper and musician, there are numbers and charts that are showing that Drake is doing a lot better than he wants the people to reading these papers to believe. And I mean, honestly, with Drake trying to bend reality this much and then again play the victim here while at the same time trying to act like he is up to his fans and trying to act like he is the best rapper and artist still with everything that SSS for You and Nokia has done. I mean, it's just shameful to do this, and especially when you see how Drake is trying to drive all of his delusions home, which is now more than ever really sit and try to pile all of these narratives together to straight up twist the words of Kendrick Lamar in his song to definitively say the most strange and out there things about Drake as a person that would all try to make what he is doing seem more true. I mean, when you see how all of this builds to Drake and his team talking about how the owl at the end of Not Like Us, for example, is definitively meaning that Kendrick thinks that Drake is so bad and the stuff he is doing is so real.
Oh, he reading some of the paperwork.
That this is where the song and Kendrick are saying that he belongs behind these types of things. I mean, first off, this is trying to say that an artist's intention, who I am sure they have not spoke to in Kendrick Lamar, is something that they don't know. And with this wrong interpretation, they are trying to twist the entire record to fit the weirdest ideas you could ever see. And I mean, with Drake just standing in all of this now, and even with the claims about the song's fake streams, he is now saying that that's a real thing and that's still going on, despite him seeming like he was pulling back on that. With Drake lining up all of these things and just bringing moments that were supposed to be about a rap back and forth to a place where now so many different names are involved, and he has just made this thing so messy in every single way. I mean, again, despite how people have tried to jump back on Team Drake with Nokia and SSS for You, even if Drake came out and dropped an amazing album, it means nothing, because for you to disrespect the art form that made you this much, that you are now taking rap lyrics and moments the way you are and all from an artist and his own competitive vision, and you're not just trying to falsely represent your peers' ideas to benefit your own, but then you are ignoring the rules of hip-hop to trick everybody even at this point. I mean, you can't be serious with this, and all of this is really just bringing hip-hop into such a bad place, because with us being here, and now even with some of the biggest moments in hip-hop ever like the Super Bowl, now Drake is dragging the NFL into things and wants to make weird narratives about that. I mean, this is all going to a bad place, but as we looked at earlier, as all of these claims and again moments that are trying to make issues for all of these other people and things beyond Drake's label now being thrown right into this. I mean, Drake's label is clearly about to expose a lot about him and just let everyone know what we can all see. Which is, of course, that Drake is doing all of this for the most petty and pathetic reasons and not for what we are seeing here.
The more time go past, the more they gonna dig in there what Drake used to do bad. How much dirt we have on Drake. I'm telling you, I already know UMG got some dirt on Drake. He's too big for them not to have any dirt on him. Most artists that the record label got some dirt on him. It's just something that is just they gotta have that leverage in case you try to escape or in case you try to go somewhere else and remember that night we recorded you. Show him the tape. Y'all remember that dude recorded he exposed how record labels be like, yeah, show him that tape. Show him that tape of him last night where he was on the bed, oiled up, Vaselined up, baby oil all over him. Yeah, show him that tape of him. Yeah, you don't know. You all knocked out. You don't know? Yeah, I'm telling you. It's some records. They got some records. Or y'all know all them lawsuits that Drake done, all that hush money Drake done gave out? Yeah. UMG got something on him. They got something on him. Look, if Vlad came out and says, hey, look, man, I think he did something. I think he's up to something. I think up in Hollywood Hills, and not the Hollywood Hills, what is it called? The Hidden Hills? Yeah, man, he did something in the Hidden Hills. His friends, yeah, my people know his people who know their people. Yep, that's what Vlad said. He knows something, telling you. Hey, look, I'm going to just tell Drake like this. You better stop, man. Go on, stop. You should have just took your beating and just kept it moving. You bugging. You're cutting your hair, then you're growing it back, cutting it, growing it back. Got your waves, then you got your stocking cap with your man unit on. You don't know what to do. You need to move on. Go sit down somewhere. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think Drake need to do. What do he need to do? I say he need to go sit down somewhere. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.